is in Miami. Where are you, man?
Where the fuck are you?
Where are you, man?
In Miami.
Miami, man.
Where the fuck are you?
Doing him that.
The shooting comes just weeks after Donovan's younger brother, who was only 15 years old, was killed during an attack in the Black Malay community in July. That incident left 6 people shot and 2 dead, including the teen. The younger brother's funeral is scheduled for Wednesday, September 10th. A relative expressed heartbreak at the possibility of losing both sons in such a short span of time.
Now, people might look at St. Lucia and say it's a tropical paradise. But the reality in St. Lucia is far more complex. Now, you have these news outlets in St. Lucia, them talk about hidden gangs. But really and truly, they are missing the real story. The real story is who's in control. That's the story.
It's Countryman again. Just I lick you with some wisdom, and I lick you with some knowledge. You gotta take inside your brain. It says, son, I've learned a lot out of reading people's faces. No matter how them I go on like, them original, them fake. You gotta know when to walk and know when to run and know when to fall and know when to stand.
But let me explain to you guys what is really going on. The truth is, there isn't one powerful kingpin, you know. There is a fragmented network of a web of local, often disorganized gangs, the 6, the 7. You understand? You have Grass Street, Graveyard. You understand? You have Black Molly, you have UB, you have Marchland. So it's a web of local, disorganized most of the time. And pretty much I feel like they are running the show. But some people say they are not running the show. They're hired help for much bigger picture that's going on in St. Lucia. Now, from doing this vlog here and studying these different gangs in different islands, what I have realized that these aren't just local rivalry. There is a lot of inter-Caribbean, especially in the eastern part of the Caribbean, where you have the gang network. We see the death of Yo Killer. We see guys jumping from Trinidad to Grenada, from Trinidad to St. Lucia. We see Kwame, who is from Guyana, and you have the St. Martin, you have this, you have the Martinique. So there is a inter-Caribbean on the eastern side of the Caribbean, because you have places like Jamaica, they are too far and it's not easily accessible, like swimming from St. Vincent to St. Lucia. You can practically, I'm using a metaphor, but the distance is so short you could actually swim to some of these islands from the next. So there is definitely a link in terms of distribution of a number of things. Guns, drugs, violence, murders, and the list goes on and on. Now, if you have been in Castries and in the Viewfort area, me personally, I have talked to people who is so scared to go on camera. And I have become the voice for these people. And these are real people, you know, in real danger. That's why when I approach my thing, me go after the gangster them, me not play with them. You understand? And that's how I do my thing. One thing I want to make clear, and I guess the viewers and subscribers and people who come to this channel should know this. I am not just another fly-by-night vlogger. You understand? This is not no sensationalism. This is unprecedented information from mud bottom feeders and gangsters coming out of the Caribbean, especially in St. Lucia. And like I say, St. Lucia is not the only country. We have St. Vincent, we have Grenada, we have whole heap of country, and I'm gonna go right down the line. Now, my unique perspective, you understand, as a vlogger in the Eastern Caribbean, bring the real authenticity, and I am not trying to emulate nobody and bring real solution, trying to save lives, trying to motivate the law enforcement, whether by steaming them or whether by complimenting them, to, you know, go out and do them work and not afraid of any of these criminals out there. That is what my unique perspective bring to this situation. Before I go, I am gonna say it like this. I'm gonna say, look, this is more than a pitch. This is a mission, and I want the public to join the mission and tell the real story of St. Lucia, of what is going on. And like me say, not only St. Lucia, join me in telling the real story of the Caribbean. Because, you know, the Caribbean is such a beautiful place. And when you look at the amount of violence coming out of the Caribbean, and we are not in a war, it makes my stomach turn. So, like I say, this is more than a pitch. It's a mission. And let's tell the real story of St. Lucia. Let's tell the real story of the Caribbean, of what's going on. Listen, my name is Countryman.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.